Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. In today's video from mathematics subject, lines and angles topic we are going to discuss. So already these all concepts we have completed children. Measure of angles we have discussed. About clock we have learnt already. About directions topic completed. And up to this exercise problems we have finished children. So our next concept is regarding protractor. So in your geometry box you will find this kind of mathematical tool children. It is called protractor. So it's an instrument used to measure angles and draw angles of required magnitude. So here this outside part is marked with some angles from 0 to 10, 20, 30, 40 up to 180, and this direction of rotation is considered as clockwise rotation, or this scale, the scale which is marked on the outermost portion of the protractor, it is called outer scale or clockwise scale. And in the inner portion below the outer scale, we have one more scale marked from 0 on the right hand side up to 180 on the left hand side, and this scale and this angles and this scale is considered as anti-clockwise scale or inner scale. So here protractor will be having two scales. One is outer scale or clockwise scale, and another one is inner scale or anti-clockwise scale. Like that, it will be having two scales. So here, what part of rotation is shown by protractor means it has in clockwise direction it has moved from 0 to 180 degrees, or in anti-clockwise direction it has moved from 0 to 180 degrees. Means it has covered a total angle of 180 degrees, which is 1 by 2 of 360 degrees. Means one complete rotation stands for 360 degrees. So the protractor means it is equal to half of the complete rotation, which is equal to 1 by 2 of rotation. So the unit of measure shown on the protractor, it is the protractor is calibrated in degrees. The measurement shown on protractor is degrees. So we have two scales on protractor for measuring clockwise rotations and anti-clockwise rotations for our convenience, and for measuring angles in different positions we have two scales on the protractor. So one will be having divisions from left to right, 0 to 180, that is clockwise direction, or it is called outer scale. Another will be having 0 to 180 divisions from markings from right to left, which is called inner scale or anti-clockwise scale. So these about the features of protractor. So here, using a protractor to measure an angle. So how to use protractor to measure an angle? Suppose we have this is point A, this is point C, this is point B, or we have an angle like BAC. Always the angle should be, the angle which we are representing, it should be in the middle while representing the angle name. So we have to name it as either angle BAC or angle CBA. BAC or CBA. This angle we have to find with the help of protractor. Suppose we want to measure the angle of BAC. So for measuring angle BAC with the help of protractor, we have to place the protractor such that its center is center. Normally protractor will be having the center point O. We have to place the protractor in such a manner that its center O lies at A. Lies at A means lies at vertex A, at which we are going to find the angle. At which we are going to find the angle. And this is the horizontal edge of the protractor. The horizontal edge should coincide with the arm AC. Arm AC. This horizontal edge also called as zero line, because it is joining the 0 on the outer scale and 0 on the inner scale. The line joining of two zeros is called zero line or horizontal edge. That should coincide with, that should lie along with arm AC, one of the arm. So then, now if you look at the protractor, so the arm AB falls on which part of the protractor, that we have to note down. If we keep the center of protractor at A and the zero line, if it coincides with the AC arm, then AB arm will be showing some point on the protractor. That point we have to note down. And that point will tell the angle of BAC. So now, if we read the degree measure of protractor, if we measure in anti-clockwise direction, means because here we have to measure BAC. Means this part we have to measure, because this AC line is coinciding with the zero line. So 0 is there. We have to start measuring the angle from 0. So if you measure in anti-clockwise direction, so 0 to up to this AB arm, from AC arm to up to AB arm, we will be having measurements 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40, 50, 60. So 60 degrees is the measurement of angle BAC. Like that, with the help of protractor, we can find the angles. Next challenge. So next. So example 1, using the inner scale or using the anti-clockwise scale of the protractor, we have to find the measurements of angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, angle ABD, angle CBE, which are mentioned on the protractor. So here we have angle A here, but we have to find the value of A with the help of inner scale. And that is also what inner scale. Okay, using the inner scale. So angle A, this part is angle A, means this arc represents angle A. So because we have to use the inner scale, that's why this arc we are taking. So this is one arm, this is another arm, this is the arc between the two arms. How many divisions are covered here? 140 to 150, 10, 20, 30, 40. So we have 40 degrees. According to inner scale, angle A describes 40 degrees angle. So angle B This is the arm. This is angle B. This is the arm. This is the arm. Two arms are there, and this is the arc. And this is the arc. What are the measurements here? One arm is at 100, another arm is at 140. So 100 to 110, 10, 20, 30, 40. Or 140 minus 100 directly we can do. So angle B measurement also equal to 40 degrees. Next, angle C. This is one arm, this is another arm, and this is the arc. We have to measure with the help of inner scale. On the inner scale, one arm is at 50 degrees, another arm is at 100 degrees. 100 minus 50 equal to 50. Angle C is 50 degrees. Next, angle D. This is the angle. This is one arm. This is other arm. This is the arc. So one arm is at 0. One arm is at 50 according to inner scale. According to inner scale. So 0 to 50 equal to 50 degrees. Not only according to inner scale, if you observe the outer scale also, 130 to 180, the difference is 50 degrees only. The same angle on the inner scale but on the outer scale will be showing the same measurement. So angle ABD, angle ABD, this is A, this is A, this is B, and this is D. So this is A means this line both are same, because we can move the line parallelly. Angle does not changes. This is angle A. This is point A. This is point B. This is point D. We have to find this angle. Angle ABD. In the middle we have B. We have to find the angle formed at B. One more endpoint to be A and one more endpoint to be D. So what is this angle? Already we have calculated angle C, angle D. This is sum of angle C plus D. C is 50, D is 50. Angle C plus D how much? 100 degrees. So ABD equal to 100 degrees. In the same way CBE. So this is C, this is B, this is E, CBE. This total angle. Angle B plus angle C. B value 40, C value 50, 40 plus 50, 90 degrees. Like this, with the help of protractor, we can find the angles. So here, they have given the solution also, children. You can make use of this solution part. Next, using the outer scale or clockwise scale of the protractor, find the measures E, F, G, H, DH, FEH. Angle E, how much? Using the outer scale. Outer scale showing 50. Outer scale showing 0. So 0 to 50, what is the difference? 50 degrees. Angle F. This is one arm. This is another arm. Outer scale showing 110 degrees, showing 50 degrees. 110 minus 50, difference how much? 60 degrees. Next, angle Z. This is angle Z. This is one arm at 160, another arm at 110 degrees according to outer scale. 160 minus 110, 50 degrees. In the same way, you can find the angles like previous example. Next, let's try to solve some questions. So using the inner scale of the protractor, find the measure of angle A, angle B, angle C, angle D, angle ABD, CBE, ABE, CBF. Same method, children. Just now what we have done, you have to find in the same manner. Using what? Using the inner scale. Angle A, one arm is at 150. Sorry, not so here, not exactly at 150, children. It is between 150 and 140, which is 145. Another arm is at 180. So the difference is 180 minus 145 equal to 35 degrees. So angle B, this part, angle B, this part, inner scale, 145 here, 110 here, 145 minus 110, 35 degrees. Next angle C, how much? 110 here, 60 here. Angle C, inner scale, 110 here, 60 here. Difference is 110 minus 60, 50 degrees. Next angle D, how much? Angle D, how much? Inner scale, 60 here, 0 here. 60 minus 0, 60. Next, ABD. So this is ABD. ABD. According to inner scale, ABD, how much? 110 here, 0 here. 110 minus 0, 110. Next, ABE. ABE. This one. So, ABE, this angle. According to inner scale. Here, according to inner scale. Here 0, here 145. 145 minus 0, 145. Like that, you can find the remaining angles. So here also same method, children, but outer scale here. Based upon outer scale, you have to find the measurements. You have to find the measurements. Next, children, types of angles. Types of angles. So we have right angle, children. Right angle means an angle whose measure is 90 degrees. It is called as a right angle and it is a special angle. So the carpentered square, while constructing the building, while measuring the walls or bricks, the carpenter make use of this kind of carpentered square. The two arms of carpentered square are at right angles. The angle between the two arms is 90 degrees. So this is 90 degrees. So 90 degrees means it also, these two arms are said to be perpendicular, or this symbol, this perpendicular line symbol also used to represent right angle. Whenever right angle is there, we will measure, we will mark it like with the two lines, like a square box here. So the north-east directions, the angle between north and east is 90 degrees, east and south 90 degrees, west and south 90 degrees, north and west 90 degrees. All will be at right angles to each other. So if you take your book and if you see the corners of your page, this is one corner and this will be one corner. Two corners of the page will be at right angles. Corners of brick, corners of floor, northeast directions, northwest directions, or carpenter square. These are all examples of right angles which will come across in our daily life. 1 minute, children. Next children. So acute angle. Acute angle means an angle smaller than a right angle is called acute angle. If its measurement is less than 90 degrees, then that angle is called acute angle. Means it will be between 0 and 90. Means 0 less than a less than 90. Indirectly 0 degrees less than a means a is greater than 0 degrees, a is less than 90 degrees. These these two relations combinations written like 0 less than a less than 90 means the acute angle lies between 0 and 90. That is the indirect meaning. So its measure is more than 0 degrees less than 90 degrees. So if you take one scissor, the measure of angle between the two arms of scissor is acute. Or here, if you go to park, if you go to park, if you will come across this kind of structures there, the angle between these two poles is acute angle. Or if you take the alphabet A, the angle between the two arms is acute angle. Next we have obtuse angle. Means an angle greater than right angle but less than two right angles. What is the meaning of two right angles, children? 2 into 90, which is equal to 180 degrees. Means the angle which is greater than 90 degrees and which is less than 290 degrees means 180 degrees is called obtuse angle. These two relations can be written as 90 degrees less than a less than 180, which indirectly means this angle A will be in between 90 and 180 degrees, and then angle A is said to be obtuse angle. Means its value is more than 90 degrees, less than 180 degrees. If you observe the mic stand, then the angle between the mic and this support stand will be obtuse, like this. Next, straight angle. Suppose we have OA ray this side, opposite to that we have OB ray this side. So what does it mean? This OA and OB are lying on the same straight line. If we extend them, they will be lying on the same straight line. When they are on the same straight line, the angle formed at O in the middle point is called straight angle. If we draw one line here, one perpendicular line here, this part will be 90 degrees and this part will be 90 degrees. Means this 180 degrees straight angle is a combination of two right angles. So an angle equal to two right angles or whose measure is 180 degrees is called a straight angle. So next, reflex angle. Suppose if this is if this is A, if this is B, if this is O, this angle, if this angle is acute, less than 90 degrees, what about the angle which is on other part? It will be more than 180 degrees, but less than 360 degrees. The angle opposite to the acute angle will be always greater than 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. Or not only that, so actually we have here obtuse angle more than 90, less than 180. This is called obtuse angle. But if the angle is more than 180, less than 360, then it is called reflex angle, because we have straight angle. If this is a OA ray up to here, up to half rotation, if this OA ray, if it rotates half, up to half rotation, we will be having 180 degrees straight angle. Before half rotation, we can have obtuse angle, right angle, acute angle. Suppose this is the OA ray, if it moves up to here, up to B, then it is called acute angle. Up to C, perpendicular to it, then it is called right angle. Up to D, then it is called, total angle is called obtuse angle. Up to E, such that this OA ray opposite to OA, such that both of them lie on the same straight line, then this total angle is called straight angle. If the measurement is more than straight angle, like this F, this is OA and this is OF. OF means the angle formed at O is more than the, if this is straight angle, this angle is more than the straight angle. So then that angle is called reflex angle, means whose measurement is 180 degrees and less than 360 degrees. Less than 360 degrees, or lies between 180 and 360, that angle is called reflex angle. Next children, we have zero angle, means angle of measure 0 degrees is called zero angle. Like this, in clock, if the hour's hand is at 12, if the minute hand is at 12, the angle between them means they are coinciding with one another. So the angle between them is 0 degrees. 0 degrees. Or if the angle is like this, then it is called 180 degrees straight angle. More than 180, this is called reflex angle. Means at zero angle, no rotation takes place. When the two hands of clock are at 12 o'clock, before any movement, the clock still, we have not yet inserted cell into that. So there is no movement in the hands of the wall clock. At that time, it will be at 0 degrees, because there is no movement. When the movement starts between the hands of clock, then it will be describing some angles. Next, complete angle. Suppose we have a ray OP. Here a ray is there, OP. The OP ray, after making one complete rotation like this, again it has come back to OA position, which coincides with OP. Initial position is OP, final position is OA, but both are coinciding with one another. Means both the ray is rotating around the point O, then this complete angle around O is called 360 degrees and it is called complete angle. So the measurement of complete angle is 360 degrees. Okay children, remaining topic we can continue in our next video. So thank you for watching our video children. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. You can also visit our website children, aimstudy.in, for information regarding online classes, quizzes, worksheets, activities, English classes, coding skills. Thank you children. Have a good day.